MEWING? Wow. But it's not true, right? Does MEWING work? Where Joseph Stalin is giving you a beauty tutorial. What is canthal tilt? Can you grow an 80 stash? What is an 80 stash? I feel like I know what a 70 stash is. Like the big glasses. What is an 80 stash? Oh, like the Tom Selleck. Yeah. This is the 80 stash. I could grow it. I can't really pull off this hair. And you see, imagine this guy with a lot less hair, and then suddenly this mustache is less cool. I don't think anyone would dislike a nice Selleck mustache. That's a classic mustache. They just the rest of it's not going to come in. I'm bald, and let me tell you, mustaches go. I feel that, but I think that's full bald, right? The thing is, we have to worry about is being half bald, full mustache, which I think is a bad look. There's a crazy new thing called LooksMaxxing, combined with MEWING, etc. It's a really scary thing for teens at the moment. Have you heard of it? MEWING? Is it like a cat thing? What the f is MEWING? Am I gonna Google this and ruin my fucking algorithm? MEWING is a facial reconstructive technique that involves keeping your tongue on the roof of your mouth to change your jawline's shape. Some supporters claim that if you mew, you can reshape your face for a more defined jawline. I mean, it's already strange, but it's not true, right? There's no fucking way there's enough pressure from your tongue to make structural changes to your jaw. Let's check health.com. It's so funny. This article, dude, it's all right. Where does mewing come from? Huge paragraph. What is mewing? Paragraph. How to mew? Paragraph. Does mewing work? No. Like, put that at the top, bro. Don't do all this. What the that should be the opening line. How to mew, bro. It doesn't do anything. Why is it called mewing? That's my first entirely most appropriate question. It's named after the British orthodontist Dr. John Mew, who created a cat-like purple Pokemon in the 1990s that was eventually cloned to create the all-powerful Mewtwo. Wow. That is an interesting story. Rewind, scratch, reverse. Isn't your tongue by default on the roof of your mouth? Like when I'm sleeping, it is. It is by default. And you're sleeping for many hours, so maybe I've been mewing the whole time. This is Mew Master at work. You see that definition, bro? I'm switching. Mewing is real, and I'm great at it. And I'm gonna do TikToks. We're talking about mewing? That's why they call me Brandon Mewing. And you said what else? You said mewing and LooksMaxxing. Oh my God. LooksMaxxing. Young men seek to answers to an age-old question. How to be hot. LooksMaxxers are a booming online community creating new terms for age-old insecurities. That really cuts to the heart of it, huh? LooksMaxxing. The only thing I like about it is the name is very gamer pilled, which implies to me already a whole host of insecurities that are probably feeding right into this. Kareem Shami, an author and TikTok persona, appeals to young men who want to change their appearance. Skincare routines, hair care, a good night's sleep. Legions of TikTok users, mainly teenage boys. These are secret pearls of wisdom. The past year has been me taking things girls have been doing to look better and telling guys to do the same. You got 1.3 million followers. Look, can we see him? What's his name? Or that doesn't even, there's no advice there. What? Okay, what is his most popular videos?
The forbidden method to having a glow up. So if you guys don't know this, everyone talks about Prime Dylan, which is basically me in 2022. Everyone says that I look like a
bro, everyone does talk about Prime Dylan. I mean, come on, dude. Everyone's been talking about 2022 Prime Dylan. It's the talk of the town, talk of the season. That was Prime. Low-key, Dylan fell off. I don't want to be the one to say it. 2023 Dylan, ugly as shit. It makes me want to vomit when I see him. I look at the screen, I want to vomit. Blah. But when I see 2022 Dylan, I think, oh my God, Golden God, Adonis.
A male model, like I looked so good. And the reason is not what you guys would think. So basically summer 2022, I went through a breakup and I was like full on like depressed, like bad. And it was so bad that
the key is depression. I'll stop you right there. We've all known that. The key to LooksMaxxing, to be as good as 2022 Prime Dylan, is to be depressed. The more depressed you are, the hotter you are. We've all known this. That is why depressed people are so hot. Then I'm Megan Fox. So I think, yeah, the key lesson here is if you have depression, don't try to change. Don't try to improve. Don't try to overcome these obstacles and get out of it, because then you might lose the key to making yourself hot, right? Lean into it. Depressed people famously take really good care of themselves. Exactly. Exactly. The first thing you do when you're depressed is you get a really good night's sleep regularly. That is like, I think one of the core rites of passage of being depressed is that like you get really dewy skin and you get lots of good sleep. Its suffix comes from the world of role-playing games, in which to max means to fully develop a single character trait, like strength or wisdom, but neither of those two things. Like making a character in a video game and trying to use as many points as you can in upping the looks bar stat.
Put simply, LooksMaxxing is the idea of maxing out your looks in every way possible. It's like making a character in a video game and trying to use as many points as you can in upping the looks bar stat. But real life is different.
Oh, really?
Some people will start with most of the bar already filled up. These are the genetically gifted.
Those fuckers.
Will only have a little bit filled up and will need to grind out and farm more points to get to that.
Yeah, famously naturally ugly Chris Pratt. Famously Chris Pratt, who was dealt a terrible genetic hand. I find it cute when ATRIOC is introduced to a new niche in Gen Z culture and he goes to traditional news articles to learn about it. Millennials leading millennials, blind leading the blind. Do you think that this article is incorrect? Do you think that it has incorrectly identified what LooksMaxxing is? Would you like to explain in a different way to the audience? Share with the class. We'd love to know. What is your different explanation of what LooksMaxxing is? I'm just wondering, well, what did they get wrong? We're waiting. What did they get wrong? What is incorrect about this article? Are you silence maxing? What are you working on there, bud? Are you writing us a big... Wait, he responded? What did he say? He said, I'm mewing right now. Hold up. Ilya walks. Sorry, can't watch the stream right now. I'm going to the club with my boys. Cool. You know what? I am super happy for you. That's great. I respect that. You don't have to open up Twitch chat, log into your account, open a thing, and tell me that. Honestly, if you're pre-gaming with the boys, you can totally leave me out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need an update. You enjoy. You have a good time. He's chat maxing. We're not maxing everything. I want you guys to know that we're not maxing everything. That is not the goal. I'm reading more about LooksMaxxing. Soft maxing is trying to improve your looks by eating better, sleeping better, exercising, skincare. Basically, normal stuff. And then hard maxing is like surgery and steroids. This is such a terrible pipeline. This is like directly implying there is a concrete bar of looks. You can only get so far on it with good life choices. And then that final gap can only be done through surgery or steroids. I mean, these are all true, obviously. This is very true. It's just like they shouldn't leak that secret out. Dude, there's so many maxings. Starve maxing, which is the look maxer's term for extreme fasting. It's all people in like their 18 to 22 era, 21. When he was 18, Mr. Shami watched American Psycho. Mr. Shami's main takeaway from the film was not its mordant satire of consumerism, but that it was an aspirational lifestyle guide. True King. So true. That was the takeaway. Being tired is thinking that American Psycho is about an American Psycho. And Wired is thinking about how psychotically good looking he is. How he actually has a sick life. His mental is in a great spot, and his skincare routine is the best part. The American Psycho skincare routine was the biggest takeaway. Man, there's so many movies like that. It would be funny to see how far you could push it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Belfort was a bad guy, but Wolf of Wall Street glamorizes it. Well, it doesn't even. I mean, Scorsese shows all the bad parts, but it glamorizes it in the first half enough that people idolize him, right? Many of these type of dudes. I always want, like, could you make a glamorous enough, like, I don't know, Stalin? You know, because Stalin was kind of hot in his 20s. If you look at that old photo, could you make like a young Stalin and it's glamorous enough that everyone's like, you know what, Stalin, I'm Stalin pilled. The hot new TV show, Young Stalin. Just like Stalin, just like, you know, all the tropes of those movies is that like they have this first half rush, parties, drugs, success, fancy car, beautiful women. And then the last half is always the downfall that everyone ignored all these guys watch Wolf of Wall Street and they're like, oh, the secret is just don't do that many Quaaludes. I'll just take the exact formula and then I'll just do 5 less Quaaludes. But it's like the whole point is the environment and the lifestyle and the corruption that you've seeped yourself in. If Stalin looked amazing, I'd consider copying his beauty routine. All right. Unprompted, kind of, right? I mean, yeah, sure. Like if Stalin was alive today and he had a beauty YouTube channel and he was still putting people in gulags and you were like, that's bad, but you'd still like grit your teeth and watch the beauty YouTube channel to make sure you got like how his mewing regimen or whatever. Is that what I'm understanding what you say? You would be able to like separate art from artist in that case. You do it with ad blocker though, so he gets no money. That's really based of you. That's really almost woke of you. You know what I'm saying? That you would powerfully steal the ad revenue from Stalin as you steal his looks. That's basically the new Hunger Games movie. Everyone likes Snow now because he's hot. He literally sent kids to fight to the death. It's a little different because he literally didn't. Literally is a crazy word there because this is a Hunger Games movie, right? It's not a documentary. And the actor can be quite hot and also in real life is not sending kids to their death. So you can be like, I like the actor. I like how hot he is. He's not killing people for real. He's just a good actor. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is a different scenario where Joseph Stalin is giving you a beauty tutorial and you are watching it in an attempt to copy his looks while still knowing full well of his crimes. Bro, it's like Oppenheimer. It was a biopic. It wasn't. Are we praising Stalin tonight? Just his looks. I show barbers a picture of him so they know what haircut I want. That's a pretty good bit. A pretty good bit is showing up with a truly terrible person photo to the barber and asking for that look, but being like kind of somber about it. Being like, hey, I know. Believe me, I know. I just really want the haircut. It's just having this photo. That's like, can I get it like this? Listen, I understand. Oh shit, this is what Joseph Stalin looked like young. As we've shown twice now, which is a real problem. But obviously, he pulled it off. Definitely, he pulled it off. I mean, I can see why his rise was such a ascent, right? But like, at the end of the day, this guy put a lot of people into gulags. We should at least balance that. He mewed for sure. Yeah, Joseph Stalin, one of the original mewers, dude. Absolutely early on the mew train. Well, LooksMaxxing is, I guess not. It's a really weird name and conceit and identity, but the actual stuff in the middle, it just seems like taking care of yourself for most of it, which is nothing new. So I guess it's fine. It's like not. I mean, this guy's talking about how he wrote a guide to facial gains, which includes hollowing your cheeks, which kind of creeps me out. And there's something called canthal tilt. What is canthal tilt? What is canthal tilt? Jesus, Lord Christ. Negative canthal tilt, it's over for bro. Damn, what the fuck is canthal tilt? Adjust your eyes? Wait, how do I do it? How do I tell my canthal tilt? This feels like a TikTok filter designed to make people want plastic surgery. This feels extremely negative. This feels like a weird thing to make someone insecure about. I've never heard about this my entire life. Yeah, this one's a little far for me. This feels very eugenics pilled.
I've been seeing this filter everywhere, and apparently with this filter, it shows you exactly where you should draw your liner. I've been doing
the canthal tilt. I hear about a lot of crazy things going viral on TikTok, but this is a technique called bone smashing. Okay, it gets so much worse the farther down I go. Bone smashing, in which a LooksMaxxer breaks his own jaw or cheekbones in order to make them grow back stronger. Okay, a few examples of him actually attempted it. Okay, all right. More of a joke. Still, the audience for LooksMaxxing content is young, which makes a big. I'm so proud of every single one of you. I mean, listen, when I was like, I don't know, when you're fucking 15, or when I was like 26 going through puberty, you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to look good, right? You're definitely, there's like some insecurity about like wanting to look. But if this doesn't feel very healthy, because I think the beginning stuff is all relatively fine. If your takeaway from this is like, hey, I should get better sleep, you know, get a nice haircut, that's fine. All the rest of this seems fucking crazy. It feels like making you insecure about things you weren't even aware of. How to fix an asymmetrical face. Puberty maxing. Jesus Christ. An introduction to androgens and growth factors. Brendan Ruh, 31. He's a LooksMaxxer, but doesn't like jaw surgery. I like that. Good for you, Brendan Ruh. What do the comments say? Let's get the fucking New York Times audience to weigh in. Time for a 74-year-old crank to weigh in. I would suggest that young men might profitably consider how to be wise or how to be generous. Then there's good. That is how to be good, how to be loved, how to be worthy of respect. So many adjectives, I could go on and on. All of these seem worthier of sustained pursuit than hot. And they really are hot. Nice to look at. I grant them that. Okay, Grandma. Woo! Yeesh. Ooh, let me get back to you on that. Or better yet, ask me in 50 years. We'll all know by then. Susan definitely has a negative canthal tilt. Yeah, no, definitely. I think we should. I do agree that, like, we should probably call anyone who disagrees with us ugly. Can that be the new takeaway? Like, not instead of like, yeah, I think we should just try to like insult the physical appearance of anyone. I think that's just a good, I think that's a good healthy attribute that we should get like locked in early. Insult maxing. Yeah, insult maxing. I don't know. That's kind of fucked up, but not the weirdest thing I've seen on TikTok. Oh, this is interesting. 2024. Some people are calling it the TikTok election. But you know what? Both Biden and Trump are not on TikTok. Only one Republican candidate is on there. Ooh, one Republican candidate on TikTok. I want to see their TikToks. Vivek's on TikTok. Let's see what this is gonna fuck my algo. Inviting a protester to the event. This is pinned. Stitch with Joe Biden. Oh God, I don't want to click any of these. Oh dude, Javier Milei, in case you're wondering, the Argentina guy, really going off the rails early. really going off the rails early. ATRIOC, please read his comments. All right, which one I'm picking? I
know it's finals season. I'm gonna give you a tip to pass those exams.
All right,
Instead
Vivek.
of cramming and trying to learn 10 things all at the same time, learn 3 things and learn them really well. And especially if it's not multiple choice, you can then play to your strengths and actually do the right thing and excel on your finals. Now, if you got some extra time, I'm gonna ask for a bit of your time. January 15th, 30 minutes to save this country. Come out to the Iowa caucus if you're in Iowa.
What a dumb piece of advice. Honestly, based on my experience for cramming for finals, what you really want to do is try to scattershot a bit, because then you can bink a lot of questions. You go 3 out of 10, you don't know anything. Anyway, what are his comments? You ain't Andrew Yang, bro, stop. Oh, it's all about edging. What is his relationship with edging? Do I want to know? Do I want to know what Vivek Ramaswamy's relationship with edging is? Probably not. Probably not. No, I don't. It would have been good. Yeah, if it's like a writing exam, I guess, knowing 3 things, then you could like do all of the long form answers. You can go back to that one. like if, I don't know, you know one fucking battle, you could just bring everything back to how it relates to that battle.